I went flower shopping
Yesterday.
yesterday. Yes, I went and bought my mother some flowers, and there's a lot of florals in the house right now.
Well, go clarify. He didn't buy his mom a bouquet of flowers. You bought like pots, like
yeah, no,
potters.
potted plants, not a bouquet of flowers. Does it look like I'm in the dark? Does it look like I'm in the dark?
I mean, the background looks a little dark, but I mean, I'm not an editor, so I don't know if that's bad or good. I don't know.
it's
I
fine.
mean, it looks very nice.
Oh, I think that's better.
Is that better?
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's much better.
I mean, but you are yellow though.
Drag her.
You know, and there's nothing wrong with it. With a hint of jaundice. I got home and upon
Your
my
home looks so fabulous.
Thank you.
Do you have a picture of me on the mantle, or
there is no picture of you on the mantle? No, but if you give us one, we'll put it up there. Right now, it's a picture of it is me and my nephew and my brother and my cousins and my niece, my uncle, my mother, and my aunt. That's all the people on the mantle, and it's not a mantle; it's a bookshelf.
Also, imagine putting a picture of me. Your Aunt Hazel gonna walk in there and be like, "Who the hell is this nigga?
She knows who you are.
Whose kid is this?"
Everyone in my family knows who you are.
But out of drag though, like
They
I would
know
give
who
you
are
like
out of
what
drag, because they watch it, the podcast. They all know you.
Like my high school picture, I'm holding that little thing. I'm like,
did your family not know who I am?
Yes, they know who you are.
Like out of drag.
They know who you are out of drag.
Do they know how you treat me?
My aunt asks me about you all the time, actually. She's like, how's Bob? I'm like, Bob is fine. He's doing well. He's doing the Madonna tour.
Your aunt who lives in New York?
And she's like, Ma who? I'm like, Madonna, Ma.
She doesn't know Madonna?
She does.
Oh.
Who in your family came to the sibling rivalry show in New York?
Oh, and Sibling Rivalry, that was my who came to that? That was my aunt and some family friends they were the rest of like my family lives in the DMV area, Delaware. They were gonna come to the DMV show, but something happened that they couldn't come. But they came to Work the World.
You got DMV family?
I came to work. Yeah, I do.
That's
in Delaware and Maryland.
That's scam.
What the fuck does that mean, you fucking dusty bitch?
Doesn't mean anything.
You literally said it and said, or laugh, and that's what this thinking that means nothing.
It doesn't, I'm just kidding. It doesn't really mean anything. I'm just kidding. I have a DMV family too.
I didn't know you had a family above the Mason-Dixon, girl.
Well, I have family in Ohio. Oh my God, there's like a spider web on this plant. Oh.
If y'all don't know, Bob is like deathly afraid of bugs. When Bob sees a bug, girl, Bob acting like that thing is about to fucking, it's like attack of the arachnophobia. Oh my God, it's a tiny spider on a little plant.
You don't know how small that spider is. You have no clue. You don't know what lurks beneath. This is not Sibling Rivalry. This is Sibling Watchery. Hello everyone. We are reviewing the penultimate
I know,
episode.
I'll start. You always starting. Y'all, this is the penultimate episode of RuPaul. Actually, not a penultimate episode. This is.
I think it is the penultimate. Oh, there's two more?
No, because they had the reunion.
But does the reunion count? No, it counts.
It does, and they filmed it. And I heard the reunion was spicy, girl.
Oh, really?
I heard it was spicy.
So this is the penultimate episode of season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race. And during the fallout,
another one bites the dust.
Lux says, if you play a dirty game, you get dirty results. And so by the way, I do want to give y'all a forewarning. I don't want to trigger anyone, but I didn't watch Untucked today either.
And I will have an editor's note. Dude, I will have an editor's note.
No one get wild. I didn't watch Untucked. But that being said, after watching Untucked from last week, I found out that Lucy did indeed. Monet thinks weaponize is too strong of a term, but I think if you use someone's skin color against them in a competition, that's problematic. You don't think that's problematic?
I don't in the parameters of this game. Like in another situation, yes. In this game, like you're trying to like there have been like girls have done it before, and I don't see it as. I don't think it's problematic. I think that in the parameters of the game, you're signing up to, and I think that because what makes the makeover episode feel a little more sensitive is because you're like, you can potentially change these people's lives. And like RuPaul always builds the episode as like, this is going to show you who you are underneath your thing. And this one was especially sensitive because they're teachers. And, a lot of teachers have to work so hard. And we all recognize that.
Wow.
But like,
drag the veterans. Drag the veterans. Wow.
And the veterans. But like when we did like the episode when it was season 10, the influencers, it felt more like Game On when Aquaria was given Kingsley because Aquaria is doing really well. Aquaria is clearly the front runner. So giving her Kingsley was kind of like put her at a little bit of a disadvantage because he's black.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to harp on it, but I do think that using someone's skin coming against them in a competition is, let me just say, I wouldn't do it. But she did play a dirty game, and she did indeed get dirty results, and she got sent to the house, honey.
Yeah, and Lux is living for the karma that Lucy, Lux is reveling. She is so happy that Lucy played a dirty game and it fucked with her and it sent her home.
Well, it's so weird because she was like, well, your plan didn't work, but actually it did work because you're in the bottom. So it kind of worked. It didn't send you home, but if the plan was to throw you off your game and put you in the bottom, it kind of gave.
Yeah. And Anitra talks about the fact that she won back-to-back challenges. Now I know like winning back-to-back, we don't see that. It happens once in a blue moon on Drag Race, but winning back-to-back,
yeah, it does happen.
Did you win back-to-back?
Yeah.
What did you win back-to-back?
No, I didn't win back-to-back, but I did win all 3 of my challenges before any other girls won 2 challenges.
Okay, that's not back-to-back. That's not what we were talking about.
Okay. Can I just have my accolades? Can I just have my accolades? You don't mind, do you? You don't want to be that much of a hater. I
celebrate you all the time. But winning back to back is no small feat, and congratulations
like
to
Monet, no small feat.
Oh my God!
Like those shoes behind Monet.
I came in this episode.
Look at that shoe rag. No small feet, honey.
First of all, those are all these. I have a size. We were the same shoe size.
Oh, that's categorically false. That is not true. No, y'all.
Okay, so when I give you shoes, have they fit you or not?
You only give me shoes that are too small for you, and you know that.
That's not true.
Yes,
that's not true.
Yes, it
is. Not true.
Nate, you always give me shoes that are too small for you. You be like, "Ooh, girl, this."
That's not true.
The way she said it, y'all know it's true. By the way she said it,
that's not true.
Look at the way she said it. That's not true. That's not true. That's not. You know how Joan Crawford said, "That's not true."
Okay, is there a food that you eat that people make fun of you for? So I don't know if you know about like when I make my cereal, I put my cereal in the bowl, I put the almond milk, and then I put it in the microwave for a minute and 30 seconds. Everyone is like, "You heat up your cereal?" I'm like, "Yes, I like warm cereal. I like warm cereal. I want it to feel like porridge." So, and I like it to get like chunky and like thick like this, like almost like porridge.
It sounds like you like oatmeal.
Yeah, it's like oatmeal or porridge.
I drink room temperature sodas, which you know about.
Oh yes, weirdo.
Which I've had a few here since I've been home. I've had quite a few room temperature sodas actually. They're all right over there in the cabinet. They're not in the fridge. They are in the cabinet.
Is this the top 4 you thought would be, Bob? I think this is pretty close to what I thought. I definitely thought Sasha.
I can't remember.
Except for Anitra.
I can't remember the exact top 4 that I said, but this feels absolutely correct. I don't remember who I said the top 4 would be, but this feels really correct to me.
Yeah,
is the short answer to that question, because I realized that MIB says this is the top 4 that she imagined, and then RuPaul comes in and tells them they're going to be doing versus to blame it on the edit. How do you feel about the song?
Which we know. I love blaming on the edit. Bitch, when RuPaul put this song out, it was a lot of controversy on Twitter and on Reddit. People were like I can't believe RuPaul has the nerve to put this out. He's making fun of the girls, blah, blah, blah. He's not making fun of the girls. Every season, maybe not every season, somebody gonna be like, well, actually on season, look at that. Oftentimes than not, girls go on, especially this season. This
ironically, these girls are blaming it on the edit, honey.
Like every episode, these girls are like letting the editors and the producers have it on Twitter. So I think this song is very fitting, and I like this song. I like this song and Bring Back My Girls. The first 2 lines, she going back to the workroom, rethink her life.
Real?
Damn, I love it.
I wish that they would have done. I like what's the one I like where she goes, looking for the bitch who wants to walk, looking for the bitch with the pussy that wants to pop, especially when the pop severe. What is that one? They want to see you they want to see you go off. You know, I am in business. Come, let's give them just what they want. Just they want to see you work. I would have loved to have seen her
RuPaul has
first.
some good bitch tracks. RuPaul has some good bitch tracks.
I'm looking for the bitch who wants to walk, looking for the bitch with the pussy that wants to pop, especially when the pop severe. I said, "Ooh," RuPaul said, "Beep the bop."
I want to see RuPaul in the studio. If I want to see RuPaul in the studio getting his life to these lyrics. I want to see RuPaul.
You know, she'd be like, You know, I'm looking for the bitch who wants to. That finger be going, looking for the bitch with the pussy that wants to pop. So it's kind of ironic. Oh, also, just so you guys know, by now I have already released. Me and Ocean Kelly did our verses to our favorite, top 4 challenge song. We did verses to "Read You Wrote You," so you can go over to my YouTube page and check out "Read You Wrote You" and see me and Ocean Kelly's verses to "Read You Wrote You." If you want to go see.
Well, so after they find out they have this challenge, RuPaul tells them that, and this final episode is pretty formulaic. It's a fourth thing, and we know there's going to be a final either podcast. Well, it used to be, it was Tic Tacs, then it was podcasts, and I was back to Tic Tacs again. And I just want to say, I miss the old Tic Tac ones, like early, like season 2, 3, 4, where you actually sit down with Ru and he like takes the little tweezers and he gives you a Tic Tac at a time. I want a little more intimate Tic Tac lunch.
I think they probably stopped doing the joke about the Tic Tac because it probably might be problematic. So now they just have a bunch of Tic Tacs as opposed to putting one Tic Tac on a plate. The joke is that you're a model, so you only eat one Tic Tac. That's the joke. That's the bit.
Right.
So now they have a bowl of Tic Tacs.
But then you say, and RuPaul will be like, how many do you want? And he'll give them like however many you said.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think that's probably why they stopped putting the Tic Tac on the plate. But they did it on seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. They
did not do it on 10.
They either did a Tic Tac or a podcast.
And 8 didn't get anything.
No. No. That is so shady. We never got to sit down. We never got to sit down and talk through it. And I blame Kim. I think it's because RuPaul hates Kim. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God.
And Ru has promised us that one girl will be going home. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
A lie, RuPaul. RuPaul, you are a fucking liar. RuPaul Andre Charles.
Yeah. Damn. It's whatever. It's just not. It's just, in my opinion, it's not as good TV. But maybe it's because I like my TV a little bit more dramatic. You know what I mean? And I didn't realize there hasn't been a top.
Did you watch Scandal when it was out?
I watched the first season or 2, but I didn't finish it. I can only really watch a full series once the whole thing has ended, and I can just watch it all in order. But I have a hard time coming back. Like, there's a show that I really want to watch right now. Not The Departed. What's it called, Jacob?
Succession.
Is that what it is, Jacob? Is it Succession?
Yellow Jackets.
Succession.
Is that
Succession?
Is it Succession? Is that the show?
So. Succession is white people business Wall Street.
No, it's
The Last of Us?
No, it's the one where
Snowfall.
No, it's the one where
Yellow
you separate.
Jackets?
Let me give you guys what it's about, and then you can tell me. Jesus Christ! It's the one where you separate your personality into a work personality and Severance.
That's about white people too in an office building.
They're not all white. Wow, everyone in the office building
I thought
isn't
it
white.
Was.
There are some white people.
In this show, they were.
In Severance.
I'm pretty sure. I watched the first episode with Andy, and I didn't finish it.
You didn't finish it?
Oh, color in Severance.
It looks very good. I think that
there are definitely people of color working on Severance. But anyway, that's not the point of the conversation.
You know when like you're watching something and then like you're like tired and like I like fell asleep like 3/4 the way through, and I just like I can't go back.
It is. I understand that, but it is a good show, and I can't wait for season 2. But I feel like it will now have been so long since season 1 that I'm going to forget stuff, and the recaps don't be recapping the way I want to actually watch a full show. But that's not the point. I don't know how did we get here.
So the girls, well, we're talking about the Tic Tac, and then Sasha goes up first, and Sasha is talking about
before we get to this, the Tic Tac. I want to talk about how first of all, I didn't realize there hasn't been a top 3 since season 8, which is kind of wild.
No, Ellen, that's not the truth.
Well, that's what they aired on TV.
Season 12.
12. Who won 12? Who won 12?
It was Jada, Crystal, Method, and Gigi.
Well, they aired it on RuPaul's Drag Race. So I guess their fact checkers aren't fact checking.
They need to submit their shit to Politico to get them together.
But when they were writing their songs, Lux was like, I'm just gonna go lay down. Like, I'm good. Like, my verse is written. It is solid. It is brilliant. And I'm just gonna go lay my ass down on the couch.
Well, when you know, right? I mean, Jinx did that several times in season 5, and she ended up winning. So I think Lux strikes me as someone, she was like, I'm very proud of what I did. I feel really confident, really strong. Like, what more can I do? My outfit is done. My hair is done. Like, what more is there to do? I am not a believer that you should work when there's no work to be done.
Just to be clear, like, I think that Jinx was falling asleep because she has narcolepsy. I don't think Jinx was just lying on the couch and going to sleep for fun.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
You think Jinx is lying about her narcolepsy?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Back off. No, I'm kidding. So Sasha Velour is the first one, and she talked about her father. Sasha Colby. Sorry. Sasha Colby is the first one to go for the Tic Tac podcast. I guess it's like a hybrid of the two. And she revealed that her father unalived himself at 80.
At 80. 80, that is so late in life. That just goes to show you, like, you never know what somebody's going through. Like, that seems like you well in your life. Like, you would assume that maybe someone well adjusted by that point. And that is tough. That is fucking tough to know that one of your parents unalived themselves, so late in life. But he did take care of her. He left her everything, which is
gaggy. I don't know how many siblings she has, but it is really fierce that the Mahu representative of the family is the one who got everything, and it's a little bit gaggy.
Yeah, Sasha also talks about like once
your family left you. I believe they own a quarter of the island of Saint Lucia. If they left you that quarter of the entire island, would you move back? Is it? Oh, it's not a quarter. Sorry, half the island. I didn't want to upset you. Half the island of Saint Lucia. Would you? Oh, it's more than half. Okay, Jesus Christ, 3/4. Money. How much is it? Is it the whole island? This is.
If I was and Barbados as the. You mean Tobago?
Yeah. Well,
I would not want to go back and live in St. Lucia. I like going into vacation. I don't think I could live in St. Lucia.
Are houses expensive in St. Lucia?
Yeah, they are.
And how many do your family own?
4.
I don't think you're joking. Like, I think I actually think you're being honest.
I am joking.
Well, you're because your mom and dad each owned a house, right? That's 2.
Yeah, they each have their own house. Damn. That's it.
Oof.
They're also divorced. They don't live together.
Okay, wow, rub it in. Rub it in.
Yeah. You
Wow.
Sasha Colby also talking about wanting to dim her light because she wants to be liked by the other girls. And she talks about like when she like was winning a lot of challenges, she like kind of did not want to win so the other girls would like her. And like honestly, I kind of not necessarily in this context. In the parameters of Drag Race, I never felt bad about winning, but I do identify as someone who would sometimes maybe not want a good thing to happen to me so that other people will still feel like represented and like they like would still enjoy me being around. I feel that.
Cannot relate. Cannot relate. Get your own good things. Get your own good things. You don't need my good things. Go have your own good things, Mary. Couldn't be me. Could not be me. Never has been, never will be. So, okay, we found out that Anitra grew up Mormon.
I know. Yo, Anitra lives so many lives.
No shade to Mormons, but like shade to Mormons. Like that is a weird.
Okay. Here's my thing though. All of them are weird. Like Andy and I had this discussion a lot. He's like, well, Christianity, like, yeah, but like Scientology. I'm like, but it's really not. Yes, they believe in whatever to get to L. Ron Hubbard, the spaceship in the sky. But how is that crazier or weirder than some dude literally doing some fucking necromancy, walking on water, or feeding 5,000 people with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread? How is that crazier?
I mean, to be fair, my fans eat, and I don't even have any loaves of bread or water. I feed the children all the time. Okay, I think that
That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good.
What makes Mormonism so odd is that the things they're claiming happened so recently that they're claiming it happened so recently that we can be like, I'm telling you that didn't happen. Like, there are people who are alive when people who were alive around that time. Like, it wasn't that long ago. So, like, but maybe you're right. It is all, I mean, I've talked about religion here a lot. I've talked about how it's all kind of wacky, but like, it's just that the thing they're saying didn't happen that long ago. When you say Jesus Christ was in America, in like Pennsylvania, come on. In Pennsylvania. Come on now. I was like, not Elder Anitra coming to your door to save your soul.
I mean, can you imagine? Like, I honestly, but good for her that she got saved from that. Like, not having to be in some white shirt and some black pants walking through, because they used to come to my door in Brooklyn. The Mormons would be in my neighborhood with their little white shirts and black ties and black pants and the little name tags talking about knocking on the doors and shit. They used to come all the time.
My name is Elder Burton.
I've never seen Book of Mormon, even when Keisha Carr was in it.
You know, it's fine. I remember seeing it and being like, it's a good show. I don't remember being like, because everyone's acting like it was like,
yeah. People said like it like went off.
It was very, very popular. It was the Hamilton before Hamilton was Hamilton.
Yeah, I
thought it was fine. I did think that Hamilton was the best show I've ever seen in my life, though. And Michelle Visage says that Anitra versus Marsha is her favorite lip sync of all time.
It was a fierce one.
Drag me and Derek.
Yeah, it was a very good lip sync, and I go off. I mean, good for her. And Michelle has seen a lot of lip syncs. Between Michelle does all the seasons, Rue does.
What does she do?
Plus, Queen of the Universe is not lip syncing, but
from what I heard, I'm just kidding. We're kidding. That is a bit. That is a bit. We don't know anything. That is a bit.
And like, if you like do the multiple, I can't do the math. Someone really smart just can probably do it. Michelle has seen over
probably 250.
500 lip syncs.
No, because America's got
500.
America's got a little over 200 episodes, and I would say there's probably a few episodes with multiple lip syncs, which would probably put it up to near maybe 250 just from America, and then 3 seasons of UK would put it around 4 seasons of UK. Oh my god, we always forget Danny Beer's season. Would put it around
2 down under
300, and then I think it's around 325. I would venture to say 325 is the number.
Bob, can you turn your headphones down a little bit? I can hear Monet sometimes in your audio.
Yeah, Bob, can you just turn your camera off? Actually, just turn it off.
I can leave.
Please.
You can do this by yourself, honey. I'm actually very sleepy. Y'all can do this. You can do this whole. You can have this whole episode to you. I am exhausted. I have a flight at 6 in the morning. So
don't tip us with a good time, honey.
Also, Anitra says that winning Drag Race would mean that the tribulations and the trials would have been worth it. And I was like, that's a lot. I mean, but also, can't you feel the same way without winning Drag Race? Like, why got to be all that?
I think it's a validation of like, because she is someone who we've found out that she discovered drag very young, and she discovered drag at a time when she really needed it, when she was kicked out of her home with her family and she had nowhere to go. So I'm trying to think, when I was going to college at 18, if I was kicked out at home just for being gay and I found drag and drug is my thing, like that is like a life-saving thing. And I think that she has a lot of pride in her drag and probably gives a lot of validation. So to have a validation from the world and RuPaul that you are a fucking fierce drag queen, it probably is very rewarding to her.
No, I agree, but I feel like, wouldn't it be like the trial, being here, being a successful drag queen, being a full-time performer, doesn't it already say it's been worth it? You know what I mean? And I think that winning Drag Race is just a nice little bonus.
Well, yeah, but yeah, she having RuPaul say, and the winner RuPaul Drag Race season 15 is Anitra. That is going to be the thing that's going to be like, no, she doesn't. Anitra. RuPaul is the reason why Anitra does not feel good about herself, and he should know that.
The trials and tribulations weren't worth it. It might be. Go ahead.
No. I want to go back. Anitra, she talks about how she found ballroom. I think this is such an interesting little tidbit she drops because there's been a lot of discourse between ballroom people and Drag Race this season, and like Aja kind of coming for Anitra and some other little people in ballroom team coming for Anitra. And I think Anitra speaks to, I think, a lot of kids out here who may not know how to find ballroom in their cities. And she's like, look, I fell in love with ballroom online. Me and the girls at shows, we would do play around and do stuff in our dressing rooms. And yes, maybe she's not she's not officially part of a house, or she didn't go to Kiki functions and balls. But I think that's how a lot of people in their cities who may not have access to ballroom find ballroom. And I think that we should open up a dialogue. And it's not for me because I'm not, a part of ballroom community, but I think there should be a little more grace with people falling in love with the art form of ballroom and not calling them culture vultures because they're not doing it in the way that others find
Just
ballroom.
say it in your accent. Culture vulture. Now, after you done said this, our comments are lit up now, girl. Our comments are lit up. The girl, honey. Listen, that was Monet said that. Monet said that.
That was all Monet. I have a lot of friends in ballroom. I am a Kiki function girl, Escolita girl. I get it.
Monet just said I have black friends. I have friends in ballroom. I have friends in ballroom. I have black friends.
So yeah, I like that she said this on TV, and I don't know where the conversation stands. I don't know where we kind of left off with this. Last I saw, Aja was like digging in Anitra's ass, and Anitra didn't follow her or didn't respond to a message. I don't know where the conversation is at, but hopefully everyone is copacetic right now.
Are you counting your black friends?
What?
Are you counting your black friends?
What do you mean?
I was like, you said I got more black friends than you. I was like, are you counting your black friends?
No, but I know I have more than you, though.
One of those problematic white people.
Bitch, I am your only black friend, so I know I got more than you.
Okay, yeah, sure, but you're my only black friend. So MIB says that she spends her TikTok dinner saying that Lucy LaDuke is a different person off camera. I don't know why she's talking about Lucy in her thing.
She doesn't spend her.
She spends a piece of her interview talking about Lucy LaDuke, which is categorically true.
Because Ru asked, I forgot what question Ru asked, but the question that Ru asked kind of brought her into that. It was like, he asked something like, why do you feel the need to something like be so whatever with your personality? She's like, well, because I've seen girls in this competition like Lucy,
I think that she's the only person who actually spent any of her TikTok dinners talking about anyone who wasn't herself, like in the competition. I mean, other people talk about like their inspirations, their family, but I think she's at least it aired. She's the only one who spent any of her time in her conversation, in her interview, talking about other competitors, especially ones who aren't there, which I think is interesting.
Yeah. But,
I don't know how I would have spent my time, but me and MIB are completely different people.
I also love that during which I love that Drag Race is making a point to this a lot. Like they talk about people like Mimi Marks and like Chevelle Brooks. There's a lot of kids probably don't know who these people are, and like putting like faces to the names that Sasha has been talking about during the season, and also Mistresses of Bell Brooks. I love that we're like showing like these divas, for who they are, and putting so we can like match their talent to their faces. It's fierce.
Lux talks about how she planned all of her workroom looks.
I can't relate. Season 10, all of the seasons. Season 10, I definitely, bitch. For season 10, the first time we go to Drag Race, they tell you 5 suitcases, 50 pounds. Anything over, you will not be able to use it. You will send it back home. So I was so strict with the guidelines. Like, I made sure all of it. So my suitcases were filled with drag. I didn't really have space for other stuff. So I just bought what I could fit. And then also when I came back to All Stars 4, I was like, well, they're lying with that. Like there's a little wiggle room. And then All Star 7, I just brought clothes where I wasn't like thinking like I need to turn a look. But RuPaul really respects that from Lux. He's like, that's right.
It is a bit of a sacrifice.
RuPaul was probably looking at me in the workroom like, ooh.
It is a bit of a suitcase sacrifice that I would not personally make. But if it's important to you, then pop off,
Yeah, Lux also talks about how she comes from a supportive family, and I fucking love this. I love that, I want to normalize, like, yes, I know a lot of us have dejected situations where, it was really tough for us. Our families, excommunicated us. We don't have any connection with them. But there are people like Lux who come from some families who love and support them and tell them that they're everything and embrace their queerness wholeheartedly. And I love that we're talking about that experience too. It's very lovely.
So we go into the choreography and we realize that, okay, so first of all, I'm like, my first thought was, why are they learning choreography in full drag? That was my first thought. Like, I kept being like, why are they learning choreography in full drag? And we found out later it's because they are going directly into the video. Like, literally, without warning, they are going to be filming the video right then and there, which is gag.
Well, listen, I learned Drag Race a lot. If they teach me the choreo in full drag, and on set for the video, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna do. We're doing it like right after this. Like, Drag Race will never make you learn choreo in full drag for no reason. Like, to me, when time I saw them learning it for the first time in drag, I was like, oh, this is like a little challenge and a challenge. You're gonna have to do it immediately afterwards. Which sucks. I would hate that. I need time for it to like settle.
It's not great. And then Mistress is saying that her costume is what's restricting her from dancing, and Sasha is not buying this excuse at all.
I mean, she's probably trying to buy herself a little time because, like, she's struggling with the. No, she's struggling with the choreo a little bit, and she is like thinking in her head, like, "Fuck, how am I gonna do this?" Like, I can't. And this is not the first time. Every time Mistress has to learn choreo, she struggled a little bit with it. So learning choreo is not her strongest talent, and it's something that she's good at. So.
Well, I believe her though. I mean, do. Well, she's clearly struggling, but there is a thing where you put on an outfit for the first time, you try to move, and you realize that your arms can't go any higher than this, and you're like, "Crap! Like, I can't raise my arms in this costume. That is so annoying."
But later on, she just her hands were overextended. She was fucking hugging herself by the end of it.
Was it all that? I mean, I don't remember. I just remember that she was like, but I've had moments where I'm like, man, my outfit is. Maybe she also, there's a chance that she may have done some damage to it, and she was like, fuck it, I want to win this challenge. Which I was actually shocked that they gave a win, because they don't always give a win on this episode, but sometimes they do. There really isn't there's a precedent for both. There's no standard. Mm-hmm. There's a precedent for both, where someone will win this challenge, someone will not win this challenge. Someone will just go home. But anyway.
Their looks were all really hot. They all looked really great in their looks. Sasha looked so fucking hot. I knew the reference immediately. She was Pam Anderson in Barbed Wire. I remember that movie used to come on USA Network. I used to watch it, and Sasha looks hot. Lux's lips in that purple. Oh, she looked great.
I think what I'm most shocked by is the fact that while Anitra and Lux are dancing, MIB isn't over on the side trying to make sure she knows the choreography, because she is clearly behind. And I'd be over there like trying to like mirror the moves or something.
Yeah, she should have. I mean, I think if memory serves me correct, like when you're doing these challenges, like they have you sit in the Queen's Gallery and they want you on camera watching the other girls perform. So maybe they didn't let them do it, but I would have still been in my seat like.
Well, also Anitra and Mistress both did a bad job on their first take, but did a better job on the second take though.
Yeah.
But I'm also wondering, did they do a great job on their second takes, or was it edited to do a good job? Can they blame that on the edit? Will they blame the edit for making them look? No one ever blames the edit for making them look good. No one ever does that. Because it does. There's times, there's been times where they cut stuff out of the episode and you were like, well, the production saved you, honey. They saved you.
Not me.
Well, I wasn't there when you were on Drag Race because we were on different seasons, but there are times when on my season where I saw people say things and production saved them from themselves. You never see that on your season?
Yeah, for sure. Production does help you out both ways. I mean, they help you out and they can shade you, for sure.
So as they're doing their makeup, they realize that Lux is at the gate. Lux is in the center of all the gates, which is wild to me. I didn't realize that until they pointed it out.
Well, I think we see that Lux is She just say her and Mistress were the say like you mean it girls. I think I go back and think I'm like I wonder what the dynamic would have been had Irene stayed, because Irene is Mistress energy, and I'm just so curious what that would have looked like if Irene would have been on this whole season. Maybe she would have been the gate.
Maybe, who knows? I mean, I'm very intrigued by why it was Lux and not Mistress, though. You know what I mean?
So I mean, to all the girls, there was some perception that it was all like Lux was the girl.
Well, Lux kind of verified it. Lux like, yeah, I wasn't part of all of. I was part of all of them. You know?
Yeah.
I think in terms of the video, I actually think that Mistress had the best verse, but I also can't let. I mean, let's look at the chart. The Jacob tried to type out the lyrics, but they're not online posted anywhere yet. So Jacob was just trying to basically do them from memory.
Yes. Wait, what's up about RuPaul's look?
Okay.
RuPaul looks great. RuPaul does this hair a lot, this color and shape. Like we've seen this look a couple of times. I mean, honestly, everyone looks great. I love that Ross and Michelle are coordinating colors, red and black. Michelle better work. Michelle looks
wearing red?
So good.
Oh, she's wearing red shoes. I wonder if that was
red shoes. And they had to plan this. Ross's top, I fucking love this top. Ross looks great.
I think everyone looks great. I love Michelle's hair a lot. And I love that she's shiny and slick. And RuPaul looks good. The judges look great.
Yeah, they really do. RuPaul has been a little whore this season.
Anitra brought back out her headgear style from episode 1. She says, "Stomping on roaches and walking these ducks. Make my way on the runway. Anitra about to pump. I twist, I whip, I dip, hair flip, slash that eye, gloss that lip. A total 10. Your girl's a hit."
So this isn't. Oh, I think Bob said already, but we are recording this. The episode literally just finished airing, and Jacob tried to transcribe as best as he could. So if you mess up a lyric or two, we think these are it, but it may be a little fucked up. I think it's good. She's calling back to her. She's referencing herself. And like I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Am I like, ooh, bitch, she slayed? But I think it's fine. It's a good verse.
Yeah, it's not particularly great. For Drag Race, it's fine. I think if this was like a regular song, I'd be like, I don't know. But for Drag Race, it's fine. So Lux did a little bit of singing.
Let's go into Lux. Yeah, she sang in Wrath, which I love. She's like, I can do all these things. Let me show you what I can do. She said,
looking just I don't like, by the way, before you get into it, is the fact that her panties were so low in the black look, and I could see where her tights ended. That thing kind of drove me crazy a little bit. I wish that she was wearing high waisted panties.
Yeah, I agree. I love her hair though, with the 2 braid pigtails in the front and like the long in the back. I thought she looks great. I love that.
That's a popular hairstyle in drag now. Like some sort of knot.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like the popular hairstyle I'm seeing is like some sort of a knot at the front of your head, and then the back is just straight and long. I'm seeing like a lot of that in drag.
Lux said, looking just like a dream. Lux so fierce, be causing a scene. When I step on the runway, you know all eyes on me. Ate these bitches, left no crumbs, did it in designer pumps. So when they ask about Lux, let them know that she's the one.
Yeah, I don't love this. I mean, this is fine for Drag Race again, but I also can't really remember the melody. But I do remember liking that she was singing.
Yeah, and the way her cadence, it did rhyme at the end, but I can't remember how it went. Also,
but I'm not like crazy about these lyrics. But I do remember liking the way. I do remember in the moment liking the melody,
the performance,
the melody, like the melody.
Did you like her performance?
It was good. Yeah, it was good.
Up next, Miss Sasha Colby. I love Sasha's alien look. It has to be Diego Montoya, or maybe it's not, but
it looks really good. Was the prompt alien?
Yeah. That's what RuPaul said.
If the prompt was alien, I feel like Sasha is, or is the prompt intergalactic? Because if the prompt was alien, I feel like Sasha's the only one giving alien.
It was alien, or like interstellar, or something like that.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna say if the prompt they got on paper was alien, I feel like Sasha's the only one actually giving alien. I love both her looks. Bad bitch, bodied out. I don't come to play. Best believe when I step on the scene, shady hoes just run away. Dream chaser, star maker, game changer, bank breaker, cracked the code. Now y'all know Sasha Colby run the show. Again, I don't think these lyrics are particularly groundbreaking or anything. How do you feel about them?
I like when she did the Dream Chaser Star Maker Game Changer Bang Breaker. I do like that.
Yeah, I like that part too. That's my favorite part, actually.
Yeah, but so that being said, I think that it's good. I like it. Also, she looks really good.
I agree. MIB,
Mistress Isabel Brooks. Yeah, MIB, I'm the MVP. It makes sense why all these girls envy me. Ooh, that's good, because I'm going to clock the T, and I don't give a tuck. Excuse me while you're mad, like I come from West Bumblefuck. But guess what? Yes, I said it, and I meant it too. I'm the next in line, King to Mama Roo. I think it's kin, right? Maybe I'm wrong.
It's possible.
And if you step out of line, I'm gonna gather you, make room because the big girl's coming through. I
like these.
Fucking my everything. Verse. It was great.
Yeah, Mistress had my favorite verse. I really liked it. I loved her performance in the spaceship when they weren't dancing. Like, she did have the weakest dance performance, but she also had the best verse. And I really thought that it was just. I think there's some really clever verses in there. I like them a lot.
Very clever. Very, very clever. MIB, I'm the MVP. It makes no sense why all these girls envy me. That's fierce.
So let's go on to the runway. And Anitra, I love this look.
I think Anitra was great. I think her hair and face are so good. She looks very beautiful. This hair is so cool. And I think she looks cool. And I think Anitra looks great.
I agree. It drove me a little bit crazy how the dress got, like, it felt like it was like busy, and then right around the thigh, the upper thigh, it kind of started getting really plain at the bottom, which I didn't love, but overall I like this dress a lot.
Yeah. Miss Lux Noir London. I think this is great. I think Lux looks beautiful. Her face looks stunning. I wish she would have darkened the lace a little bit, because it was kind of driving me crazy how you could kind of see
the lace was distracting.
The lace was a little bit distracting, but I think she looks great. And a black bitch in white, honestly, it just looks so. She looks gorgeous. She looks great.
Yeah, I love this look. What?
She tweeted that every couture show always ends with a wedding dress, and that's what she was doing with her package.
Got it.
So it's a wedding dress to end up her.
Yeah, I really like her. The lace was driving me a little bit crazy, but also part of me is like, I mean, we're wearing wigs. Like, if I can see her lace, it's really not the end of the world. So I'm really not that upset about it. I think her dress looks stunning. I love this hair. This is probably my favorite hair I've seen her in, actually. I love this hair, and I think the dress looks really, really nice. I think she looks beautiful.
I love just a big old drag queen jewelry earrings. I fucking love that. Let's go on to Miss.
Sometimes I don't. I think it really works here, though.
Let's go on to Miss Sasha Colby. Sasha, this is beautiful. I thought this gown was fucking stunning. The hair, and her face, these lashes, that big old exaggerated crease with the bottom lashes. Her face looks so beautiful. I just hate it. I like the rings on her arm, but I hated the other little bangles in between them, like the ones that you just get for like $1 in Santee Alley. Like, I feel like the big rings were enough. She didn't need those other bangles in between.
I didn't really clock that. I think she looked really good. I agree with pretty much most of what you said. I didn't really clock the little rings, but she looks really nice, and I love these flowers in her hair, and it makes her look
so good,
very ethereal. It makes her look kind of like a dream. I really love this look.
And they were stoned, but not like stoned for filth. Like, they were like strategically stoned, which made it look, to me, more impactful. And I think Sasha looks beautiful. She looks beautiful. Shall we go into Mistress?
Yeah, as far as Mistress, this is not my favorite thing she's worn. Like, I don't know that I would have.
What?
I wouldn't have ended the season in this look. I think she's worn some stronger stuff throughout the season, actually.
Well, I think her package overall has been so strong, and I think this is great because this is, that this is so hard to create. Because before she said it, I was like, wait, so she like stole us off her pattern, whatever. No, this is not stolen us off her pattern. This was like meticulously done so that the cheetah pattern read like in the beatings. Like that is crazy. I think, and her face looks good. I love this loaf. Like she's a pageant girl from Houston, which she said, like Michelle said 19 times. And she is like really paying homage to the pageantry system that she's from. And I think she looks, I love this. And this is such a cool way that I don't think, and I don't go to a lot of pageants, so I may not know, but to see someone doing like a pattern like this in the gown, I think this looks really cool to me. I love this.
I didn't say I don't love it. I just said it's just not my favorite thing that she's worn. What's your favorite look of the runway, though?
My favorite look would be a cross between Sasha and Mistress.
Really?
And I would have to go with Sasha because I really do love this hair. The hair honestly fucking sends me over the edge. I love it.
That's so interesting.
Okay. Who's you? Who do you think?
Excuse me, sorry. I mean, I'm kind of a
wake your ass up, nigga.
Anitra and Luxe. I really love Anitra's hair. Anitra has my favorite hair on the runway by a mile. Like her hair is just so. I've never actually seen hair like this before. And I just think that Luxe looks really beautiful. Yeah, but also Sasha looks great too. I mean, I don't know.
Who's your favorite? You got to choose one.
I don't know. This is tough. I think the one that I want to look at the most is Luxe. I want to look at Luxe more than I want to look at the other ones for sure.
Okay.
Do you have a least favorite?
I mean, if we have to choose out of the four, my least favorite would be Anitra, but she looks great. But out of the four, it will be Anitra. What about you?
Monet continues her Anitra slander. No, I'm kidding. My least favorite is probably Mistress out of the four. Yeah. So we find out.
Why do you hate big girls? What is your thing with big girls?
I said what I said.
Wow, Bob is fatphobic. Confirmed.
I think that my so after this we find out there is indeed a winner. Sasha Colby has secured her fourth win of the season.
Do you agree?
Okay, her look was great. Actually every single look she gave, every single look in this episode was great. Her interview was really good. What she said to her child self, which by the way, she was fully a blonde as a child. I was like, who is this little white kid?
It was a wig, girl.
Oh, was it? Oh,
she said it was a wig. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Bob. She's not wearing a wig.
I don't know. Kids wear wigs for fun. Anyway, kids wear wigs for fun. But she had the best interview, I think. She spoke to her child self really, really well. She had all of her looks this episode were great. Only thing I didn't love was her verse. That's the only thing I didn't love. So I think she had a very strong package. Whereas Luxe, I don't know. Okay,
Luxe had a great childhood moment. She had a good interview. Her verse was good.
I thought her interview was fine. I thought her verse was. I think her looks are great. I didn't love her first look. Her on the spaceship look. And I didn't like that you could see her tights in her choreography look. But I did love her runway look. Her runway look is my favorite one though. And Anitra messed up a few times, and so did Mistress mess up a few times. So I think Sasha Colby deserves to win this episode. Yeah. Who do you think deserves to win this episode? Even though Mistress had the best verse, but I do think that Sasha had a overall better package.
I get torn in these. Right? I'm like, do you weigh them all equally? I'm like, the challenge of this episode was to do a verse, write a good verse, and do this music video. Like that's the challenge and the runway.
Well, Mistress messed up the most in the video, though.
I know. So she fucked up the choreo. So maybe because of her fucking with the choreo, I think that takes out a winning. But I would have put it. I think I would have given it to Luxe. Actually, I'd have given Luxe the win. Yeah.
So Sasha wins. Luxe's second place. Lucy cannot argue with this one, and then we found out that Anitra and Mistress Isabel Brooks are in the bottom two. They must lip sync to When Love Takes Over. Great song, by the way. But like, part of me is like, you're gonna ask them to be in these extravaganza outfits. Gown. I mean, Anitra did come prepared because she's seen the tomfoolery that we pull on RuPaul's Drag Race. But even that being said, it just wasn't that kind of song. I mean, there is some great dance moments, but it's also When Love Takes Over is a dance ballad. it's like a cross between a dance song and a ballad, you know.
Yeah, I love what Mistress did. I think Mistress did a good job. And when Anisha took off her skirt and she walked that fucking duck, I kind of agree. Like I loved what Mistress did the most because we've seen a lot of this stuff before. So it's like she found a way to do. And honestly, she couldn't do a whole bunch because she's in this 60-pound beaded gown. First of all, I'm not gonna risk destroying this very expensive garment for a lip sync. Like, I'm sorry.
Not for
I think she did a
$20,000.
good job. I mean, yes, I would, but I would be sitting there like, oh, if I popped one bead, I would be like, I would be so livid.
I thought there are people who kind of seem annoyed that Anitra keeps duck walking, but no one seems annoyed when Mistress does her titty bounce. You know what I mean?
Have we seen her do that before?
The titty bounce? I think are you telling a joke right now?
She lip synced once before.
She did the titty bounce twice in this episode alone.
Right, in the music video in this. But we seen Anisha walk that fucking duck 6 times now.
She did the titty bounce in the first episode. In her lip sync literally in the first episode. Every time she's lip sync, she's done the titty bounce. Literally every single time.
She's not doing what she did with Lux. When she did the others, she did not titty bounce there. She did do it. She did do it twice this episode, and I don't remember the first episode.
When did Mistress lip sync against Lux?
When they did Lollapalooza. You don't remember?
Well, she did. Well, I don't know if she did every single time, but I know she has done the titty bounce a lot, like a lot of times. It is but there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying it's weird that everyone's like, why she keep duck walking?
Well, in Anisha's defense, we just seen Anisha duck walk a whole lot more. Like, I mean, lip sync a whole lot more than the average girl. She's lip synced like 3 times, plus 3 times in the Lollapalooza. She lip synced 3 times out of the bottom, and she's lip synced 3 times in the Lollapalooza because she had to go all the way to the bottom end.
3 times?
3
against
times.
Marsha?
Against someone else.
Was she? I don't think she's been on 3 times.
I'm pretty sure. Dick, can you fact check that?
I think just twice.
Marsha and who else?
She sent Marsha home and she lip synced this
Tonight.
episode.
And she lip synced. There was a time outside of Marsha. There was another time she lip synced.
Well, she lost. She got to the bottom of the Lollapalooza, so she lost. She lip synced against Sasha Colby, and then she lip synced against Lux and somebody else.
Uh-huh.
So are you counting the Lollapalooza, Ma?
Yeah, the Lollapalooza she did 3 times, and then she lip synced against Marsha, and there's someone else. Plus this
Anitra has been in
episode.
the bottom 2 twice, and then
Counting this episode.
Yeah.
Yes, counting this episode, she's been in the bottom twice,
Hmm.
and then
Okay.
she also got toward the end of the Lollapalooza. Who sent home Jax? Oh, Selena sent home Jax.
Maybe it was 5 times. But we just seen her lip sync more, and plus in her talent show that would be 6. We just seen her lip sync more times than a lot of girls on this season. So, and listen, bitch, I have my tricks that I do, my set of skills that I do every time I lip sync. No, I'm not coming for that. I'm just saying we just had to see her lip sync a lot on the show.
Are you happy that they both stayed?
I'm happy because I feel like Mistress would have went home because she only has 1 win compared to Anitra's 3, and it just would not be fair for Anitra to go home. Anitra's done a great job this season. It will be shade to send her home. So I'm happy that it's 4 because Mistress gets to stay.
Well, according to you, she'd been at the bottom 1,000 times. She's been at the bottom 18,000 times.
How do you feel?
Anitra's the queen of the bottom, honey. Queen of the bottom. She's the Cameron Michaels of this season.
How do you feel?
I wish that one girl would have gone home, and I don't know who, but I do wish that a girl would have gone home. It's not about anyone in particular. I just prefer a top 3. I think we can really focus more on 3, like giving 3 people really good moments over 4.
Last season 14, we saw 4 great moments.
I said what I said, Monet. I'm not redacting. I think we can focus more on 3 people, give them 3 really strong moments as opposed to doing it with 4 people. I think it's better when we have 3 people. That's just my opinion. It's my opinion.
Well, it's your entitled to your wrong opinion.
Do you think 4 is better?
I mean, I don't think we get any less or more than 3 or 4. Like,
I mean, you do actually get less or more because the timers are like shorter and longer. Like they would stretch it out with 3 people versus 4 people, so it is actually less or more.
I don't think that's how that works. I think each girl is gonna get a 90 seconds, whatever it is, to do their final number and a lip sync. I don't think they're gonna get. If it was whether it's 3 girls or 4 girls, they'd have just found more things to fill the episode with. Like, I don't know, Colleen. They'd have just found more things for the episode. They're gonna get the same amount of time to perform. That being said, who do you think is gonna go against each other in the finale?
I mean, they're probably gonna spin a wheel. It's probably gonna be like one of those clickety clickities and making it random.
Spin a what? Spin a what?
A wheel, a clickety.
Like the thing you do when someone dies, a will.
Yeah, a
last
wheel.
Will. Yeah.
They're gonna write up a wheel and they're gonna spin it. They're gonna put it in a ball. They're gonna spin it. What about it? That's what I said. That's what I meant.
A will.
Yeah, they're gonna. No, it's actually gonna be a guy. It's actually gonna be Eric McCormick from Will and Grace. Actually,
they're gonna spin him around.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I think. I'm predicting it now. I think they're gonna bring out Eric McCormick and spin him. That's my prediction. Maybe William Shatner. It could be him.
William Dafoe.
Could be Dafoe.
Bob, we've almost made it through another season of Drag Race.
How do you feel
we're almost at the end. How do you feel about this season overall?
It's had some really great moments. I've enjoyed the workroom a lot this season, and I think there will be some Drag Race mainstays, like queens who will be like remembered for a long time from this season. I can see like maybe like three or 4 of these girls really being Drag Race staples.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Some really
strong. Who are the Drag Race staples? Who are the staples from your season? 10.
The staples from my season?
Who are the staples?
I would say Aquaria. I would say Eureka. I would say Miss Cracker. I would say what?
Nothing. Keep going.
You're too much.
You're too much. You're almost there.
I would say Monet Exchange. I would say
Is that it? That's everyone? Is that everyone?
You're a chaos agent.
Is that everyone?
You are, as my grandmother would say, a work of iniquity.
You're leaving out 2.
Just answer the question. Is that everyone?
Blair Sinclair.
Go ahead.
Blair St. Clair and Vanjie.
Oh, Vanjie. You see, but I associate Vanjie with season 11, even though Miss Vanjie was season 10.
And that's everyone. No one else is the other one's just dumb losers, idiots who couldn't make it.
Oh my god. Okay, who are the main things of season 8?
Me, Kim, Naomi, and Chi-Chi, and Derek Barry.
Wow, you almost forgot about Derek.
Actually, wow. Actually, I'm gonna give Layla McQueen. Layla McQueen has submitted herself as a staple too, and no one else.
No, when I call my Uber tonight to go out to Evita, I'm gonna tell Robbie Turner what you said.
Yeah, she gonna be on driving there.
Yeah, she is, and I will make my destination.
Next week, we will have the reunion, and we will. Should we talk about the reunion?
No.
I mean, why not?
No. I mean, we'll watch it and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We may do maybe we can do like a reunion / advisory.
We're also they're gonna have the runway looks. Like we can talk about their looks at least. If we need more time, we can go back and look at like the girls who didn't make its final outfits.
I also want to say real quick, I really do.
We can do Evie Oddly's Drag Race.
I think that I want to say real quick. I do think that advisory could become a segment.
You're back.
In the show.
You're back. We lost you. We lost you. This is what we saw. This is what we saw. I also want to say advisory could be a mainstay, and that's all we heard. And you're not frozen, bitch.
I said advisory could be a segment in the show, as opposed to a whole episode. And rivalry, advisory could be a segment in what in rivalry.
Advisory is an old episode. So then what are we going to do instead of advisory?
I think we'll just do rivalry, and then we will incorporate advisory as a segment. For the people who love advisory and the people who don't love it, they still get some advisory. And it's just an idea. I think it's a good idea. Comment below. What do you all think?
I feel like it's hard to keep on track in general, even for rivalry when we have a topic.
Listen, I said comment below. We'll let the fans answer their question.
And I feel like if we try to make ourselves a segment and still keep to an hour, then we'd end up really having to cut ourselves short. If we were having a good conversation, then we'd be like, oh wait, we gotta stop, we gotta do it.
Yeah, Jacob said your idea dumb as hell. That's what Jacob just said.
Let's let the listeners
comment below. You got the new mic setup. I said, isn't it everything?
Yeah, it seems nice. Yeah, I like it. I mean, to be honest, it's kind of similar to it's kind of just like a Yeti, to be honest. Like it's kind of just like
way
a Yeti.
Better.
I haven't experienced that part yet, but it is nice. I like it.
What, did you download the app so you can do your levels and stuff on there?
I do not have an app, but no. So no. All right. Thank you so much for listening to Sibling Watchery, everyone.
Bob, you are a work of iniquity.
Can you say goodbye so we can leave?
Oh, she read the dictionary today. She read the dictionary.com.
Monet got one of these today, honey. This was propping my there it is. Monet got her little. That's what's propping up my laptop is the dictionary.